Hello and welcome to How to Throw John Collin's favorite airplane Boomerang. And so, first of all, I've made this airplane and taught kids ages 6. I've taught adults 50 plus how to do it, and they've got it working, right? So as long as you do what I'm telling you to do, if I say touch your ear, you touch your ear, you don't touch your nose, your mouth. If you do what I tell you to do, you will get this working. I promise you that. I will cover all the steps, all the things you need to know to get a nice lasting boomerang airplane. And so we're gonna cover about 4 points. The fourth point has a lot of micro points, and so the first 3 are very important. Make sure you get to those 3 and you'll be good to go. First one is where does your airplane want to go? You can't force it to do something. Once you throw that airplane, once you let go, it will go where it wants to go. So first of all, where does your airplane want to go? Step 2 is going to be how to do it. Of course, you need to get the right arm motion going down. Make it very easy for you. Step 3 is going to be how to catch it. It's very important how you catch it, or you might destroy your plane, or you might make it harder to learn as well. The fourth point is things to look out for. And so if you follow these 4 points, you will get this airplane working. I promise you that. 3 groups of planes. The 3 kinds you can get basically. I have one that flies a very small radius of this one over here. It's enough for it to be done in the room here, so I throw this here. It's a pretty small radius, it comes back to me. It's my first one here. These ones are a little bit wider and wider, and so they will not fit in this room. And this last one here is actually a clockwise plane. It wants to go the other way. So I would say it's a left-handed plane, and so that one is what we're going to get to after. And so first of all, we're going to get to a different bit of space to figure out how to figure out where your airplane wants to go. So I grabbed one from the clockwise pile, one from the counterclockwise pile. We're going to figure out how to diagnose an airplane to know all about it based on where it wants to go and how you throw it. And so I'm going to grab one randomly. So you want to throw it downward and throw it straight ahead of you, and it will turn where it wants to go. So I'm going to take this here, take this and throw this downward. So that went to the left. It wants to go to the left. And you can see it's a pretty sharp turn, so it's very, very left heavy. And take this one, throw it downward. And that one went to the right. It wasn't very sharp as either, so it has a wide right turn, so it wants to go clockwise. So if I take it, I throw this clockwise, comes on back. I go to this one, and I take it, I throw it counterclockwise. It comes on back, and so that's how you can kind of diagnose which way your plane wants to turn. You see if I try the other way around, if I take this one, throw it this way, it's not coming back. If I try this one this way, it's not coming back. So that's how you figure out where your plane wants to go. So next up, we're getting into how to throw the airplane. So this is a very important part, so make sure you pay attention. So if you're left-handed or right-handed, it doesn't really matter. If you're left-handed, you can download the video, mirror it, and let it be on the other side. Or you can just do what I'm doing, just use your left hand. Either way, which hand you use doesn't matter, just matters the motion you do. So I'm not gonna talk about referring to any hand, just do what I do, and you get this going, all right? And so, basically, you're going from one side of your head to the other. It's kind of what it looks like. So it's kind of like an extension, right? You look at my elbow here, it's almost like a door. Most airplanes you throw overhand like this. I figured it out after a month in that this is not a good idea. It doesn't work too well. It can work, but it's very hard. It's very easy though. It does like this. So you want the airplane to be tilted when you let go. It needs to leave your hand like this. And so you want it to be tilted that way. And so look at my elbow. It's just an extension of your arm. So I'm gonna take a couple takes and show you what I'm talking about. So, like I mentioned earlier, it's not an overhand toss, it's a sideways toss. So I'm gonna kind of throw it like this. And so you can see, imagine if you want to exaggerate, you can see my elbow is sticking out. I'm doing it like this, right? And so, just like that, and you can see I'm doing it kind of beside me, not in front of me. So I'm facing this way and I'm doing it to my side a bit because it's going to fly in a circle, right? So throwing it in front of me would make the circle be lopsided because I'm the center of the circle, so it needs to, well, not the center of the circle, I'm at the back of it. Imagine having a hula hoop in front of me. It has to go around the circle in front of me and come back to me, right? So try this out like this, just like that. That's the motion you want to do. So repeat this motion. After a while, keep practicing it. Make sure you're getting that angle right. It needs to leave your hand at this motion, all right? Just like that. Just like that. Repeat that motion, get that right. And come on back. That's the motion we're following. Now to see what it looks like from the other end, Alright, so now the one we talked about earlier was for right-handed playing, more or less, that you want to throw it like this and it goes counterclockwise and comes around. So now we're going to talk about doing it the other way around. So that means you're just kind of doing it the other direction. It's not the same kind of elbow door hinge motion, but you just want to get that same motion into the plane. That's all that matters, right? So now that means you want to have your plane kind of thrown like this, almost like you're slapping someone, like whoosh, or someone complimenting you, like stop it. And so it looks like that. So it's just a sideways toss like this. And so just like that, you're gonna take it and throw it beside you, and it'll come back around. Take it. So I'm throwing it just like that, just in front of me, just like that, beside me, and it comes back around. All right. So that's basically it. Now we're going into how to handle your airplane, how to catch it, how to pick it up, how to walk around with it, things like that. So basically, the course is not to touch on your airplane ever, because I call it claw machine hands. When a kid grabs it or picks it up the wrong way, they might pick it up from here and its flaps, that part controls the turning, or grabbing here, something like that. That always crushes it. And so what you're trying to do is pick it up from its strongest points. So that's the part with the most folds, or I like to call it its backbone. So any point more or less along the backbone there, or where it has the most folds. So right here, you can just pick it up as well. Even here as well works. Even the back here works as well. Pick it up from here, that works also. But just don't touch this part. This is where the airflow goes through. You can see the arches in the wing there. It's where the airflow goes through. And if you start picking up from here and here, you're going to start changing the way your airplane flies each time you throw it. I've had airplanes that I started at the beginning of the day at the science center. It would go one way, a kid grabs it the wrong way, it goes the other way. It just kind of keeps changing directions, and it makes it hard to learn if you're just starting off, if you're always catching your airplane the wrong way. This is how you want to catch it, right? So you want to catch it in your palms like this. I'm going to throw it and focus on my head. There you go. Like that. You see how I caught it? I first landed in my palms, or I catch it like this. See it? Just like that. Let it fall into your hands. So don't crush it. Don't claw machine hands. It's just paper, right? Just paper. At this point in the video, you should be able to basically make and throw and catch airplanes. The first video of how to make it, and now we've gone over how to throw it and catch it. There's one more thing to learn, how to store your airplane. So you want to store them like you see, face up like this. And so if you store it like this on its belly, over time gravity will actually flatten it out. It'll start to stretch out a bit, and that will cause your frame, the center parts, to be a little weaker. It'll still work, but when you throw it, the wings will actually flap. Like it'll flap like when you first throw it. It's kind of cool to see, but also makes it harder to throw as well. So you want to stay as close to its original form as possible. Leave it on its back like this, and this is adventure mode. So with that mentioned, basically how to do everything. The next couple of steps are going to be how to avoid errors I've seen for hundreds of people over time. The most common errors are going to be what I'm going to go over now. So down to step number 4, it's one of the things to look out for in your airplane. So now we're going to cover your wing shape, making sure your wings are shaped the right way, and things to look out for to see if it's going to work or not. So here we have examples of what not to do. If you just made your airplane and your wings are too low like this. Okay, so this is incorrect. It's too low. When you let go, it's most likely going to roll over when you throw it, or roll onto its side and keep on going and will not turn at all. And it's when your wings are too high, where it's like this, where when you throw it, it actually will just not turn. It might do like maybe 90 degrees, maybe, but it's gonna mostly want to fly straight. So this wouldn't work either. You need to be the right size, about like this. So it's not too high, and it releases it's not too low as well. And so it takes a little bit of playing around with it. These planes aren't really fresh anymore, so it's hard to show exactly what it looks like to begin with, but it's very close to something like this, where it relaxes, it's not too low, but when you push it together, when you pinch the top like this, it's not too high either. See this one here? Way too high, relaxes all right. And so this one will not work too well, but this is still, having it higher is still better than having it low like this, because this will not really work at all. Like it's not gonna, like it's not gonna come back if you do it left or right. And So I'm gonna show you how to fix the airplane and how to make it turn. So if you made a plane that's going counterclockwise and you want it to go clockwise or vice versa, how to make it change direction, I'm gonna show you where to fold on a plane to make it work. So this plane right now does not work. You can see it's not really turning too well. So how you make the airplane turn more is gonna be right here at the tips. So you wanna fold these in. If you fold this inward down, it's gonna push more air as it flies and it'll make it turn more to the left. I'm gonna take this here and gently just go ahead and pull this down like this. All right, so now I've pulled that down a bit more. So now it makes it wanna turn more to the left. I'm gonna try it again. So you see now it's turning a lot more. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching until this point. Hopefully by now you've got all the information you need to get your own Boomerang airplane working. It's lots of fun, cool party trick. Have any questions, go ahead and ask in the comment section below. I'll get to everybody, I'm pretty sure. If not, people ask the same questions, I'll make a whole video for it as well. And so it's lots of fun. Check out John Collin's page, his Boomerang airplane. It's very cool. His original design, very cool guy. He has lots of cool designs. And so go check him out as well, show him some love. Thanks for watching and take care. Just the last little treat when I talked about the different radius of flight. So I'm gonna take the smallest radius I have and the biggest one, which was, I think I ruined it. So up till now, I was using small radius airplanes. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I had different categories. This one here is a lot bigger. This one is the small one I'm using in the rooms. This one, small one, looks like this. This one is the bigger one, looks like this. You can see it gets pretty big.